Welcome back, peeps. We're going to try to do a one-take tour of our chicken coop. So we started building this maybe 5 years ago. The coop in its entirety is about 14 feet by 4 feet. As you can see, we do have that they can get underneath it, and we like that because this is Oklahoma and we have a lot of sun. So if we ever do have to leave them closed up in the chicken coop, they do have access to fresh air and shade underneath. So a couple features that I really like about the coop is that we have this door that will, make sure I get my little latches undone. There we go. A door that almost makes like a little roof, which I really enjoy. We originally were gonna prop it up, or excuse me, hang it up with the little chain, the eye hook you see right there. Somebody obviously wanted to access it. But instead, because it was pulling up on the cedar planks, we decided to just use a wooden. We use that little 2x4 right there to prop it up. So I'm going to close this back up, make sure nobody's in there. So I like having that again because in the summertime it does get super hot here. It is nice to have, when I'm opening up the coop, nice to have the ventilation that can go through there. It's also really nice to have a little bit of extra added shade that the girls can benefit from. So we also have these windows, which I really like. These are actually windows that were made for glass block walls. Now we actually just turn them around because normally for the glass block walls they would open into the house. Obviously we don't want them opening into the house here, so we had them open out. We can close it up in the wintertime, open it up in the summer for added ventilation, which was real nice. We have a total of 2, 5, 6 windows in the house, so it's nice to be able to have that ventilation. We can do ventilation on all 4 sides of the house in various ways. Now we do have a drop down door right here. And on the drop down door, I put these cross beams to make it look little ladders for the chickens so they don't have to slide down the little doorway. And one of my other things that I really love is I love this little drop down ramp that we have. Now right now it's a little hard to close because we do have a bunch of poop in there. But in the wintertime, I can pull it up and latch it right here. And it will be enclosed so that if in the severe weather, so when we have ice or severe winds, I'll close that all up so we don't get the winds going through and affecting the girls. I think they really appreciate it. Oh, the other thing over here is that for summertime, because we are in Oklahoma where it's extremely hot in the summer, we have these floorboards, just a couple of them right here at this end that have some welded wire underneath, and that's great for in the summertime also. We'll pull those out and they'll just have that welded wire there that they walk across, and that helps with ventilation to get the breeze going through there at night so that they don't have such a stuffy chicken house. So let's see some of my other favorite things. This is actually, we call this the brooder area. It's a walk-in area, so we can walk in here, of course. It is covered with welded wire to make sure we don't have any creatures that crawl over and get in. But this is actually, we can make this an entirely separate area. So this part of the coop and this part of the run can be completely closed off from the rest of the coop over here. Now, how do we do that? So I don't know if you spotted, but inside we have a door. So right there, down at the very end, is a door that can be closed to close off this area. And then also underneath, there is a section. I don't know if you can see right over there, there's a walkway area. Well, there is a piece of fencing of a welded wire and a frame that we can put up there to close that off. So that, like I said, so the chicken coop itself and the run underneath it is all one. And then the brooder area right here and its run underneath it is all separate. Now, why would we want that? We have that because if we have an injured bird, we'll put her separate in there, or a couple injured birds. Or if we have a broody with babies, we want them nearby, but we don't want them being able to be accessed by the other hens. Mamas usually are really good and they'll protect their babies, but when you have a whole flock, it's hard to protect from the older hens. We don't want to intermingle the babies with the older hens until the babies get big enough that they can defend themselves. So I do use that quite often when I have babies. We'll have a mama and babies in here and they just bebop along and I just love it. So let's see what else. So we have not finished our enclosure. As you can see, we have these 4x4s. So we have these 4x4s with the welded wire here. The intention is for this section right here. So this section right here will be gate. so that we can get in if we have to move any buildings in, or have to take a wagon in, or anything to that effect. And the rest of this will all be welded wire. Now, the other thing is, I don't know if you saw, is that we have these cement pieces right here, the cement that goes underneath our wire wall. That's to keep any creatures from hopefully digging under, to prevent any predators from digging under to get in the coop. So that will come around here for the enclosure, and it's going to follow right all the way up over to by where the greenhouse is. Now over here also we have this gate. Now this gate, I'm not going to open it right now because I believe my dogs are on the other side. But this gate, if you see the latches here, and there's also one at the bottom, that will open up and it will latch to this up here on the coop. The reason being, if I decide I want to be able to let my chickens in the backyard, I'll be able to when we're done. This will also be a gate right here. And when I'm done, we'll be able to open up this gate, open up the gate into the backyard, and the chickens will have access to the backyard without free ranging for the rest of the property. So that will give them access to the yard. Let me see. Those are the high points of my coop. I really enjoy my coop. Yes, there's some things I would change now that it's close to being done, but you know what? We designed it ourselves. We built it ourselves. We enjoy it. Oh, you know what? The one thing I did not show you is that this is not really part of the coop, but you may see it from time to time. We have cameras. So there's a camera in here, and I have another one outside. My intention is to get some more, so we have some in the brooder, some under the run, so I'm able to see the girls. I really enjoy having that. So here's my other camera right here. So there's the other camera. So I have other ones in the house, but I have not put them up here. But I do enjoy being able to see my birds when I'm not at home, or to be able to go back through the footage from the night before. So like every morning, that's one of the first things I do, is I'll pull up my events and see if I had any predators in the area. So occasionally I'll see possums, I've seen skunks, we see cats, of course. We actually had a bobcat. That was kind of scary. At some point I'll have to tell you guys that story. But yeah, it's nice just to be seeing what's going on around my coop, so I know that my girls are safe and how I can best protect them. So anyways, if you guys have any questions about my coop, or you want to see more of something in particular, please feel free to put it in the comments. And if you've enjoyed this tour, please give it a thumbs up, comment, like, and share, of course. I always would love that. And please subscribe. Thanks a lot. We'll see you again next time.